Hey, what's up, everybody? And welcome back to another episode. Bah. Another episode of me not being able to speak. Another episode of The Outer Worlds. So, in our last episode, I had to kind of stop in the middle of what I was doing in the live stream, which was when I was exploring the geothermal plant. And those that were watching last time may recall all kinds of audio glitches. Apparently, from what I was reading, as that's going on a lot primarily at that location. So hopefully we don't experience a whole lot more of that. I have a feeling that from time to time the sound may cut out um, like it did earlier and kind of come and go. But that I can deal with way more than the weird slow motion speaking and stuff that was happening. Like, that was annoying as hell. Yo, what's up, Albert? It has been forever, my friend. But yeah, that was super, super irritating. So hopefully that's not going to happen again. But, so, on my own time, I dealt with the weird sound stuff, and I cleared out that geothermal place. But what I ended up doing was I opted, instead of clearing or turning the power off on that camp where all the deserters were, I turned the power off on town. So, I think I pissed some people off, but it is what it is. So yeah, Edgewater now has no power, and their leader's probably pissed at me. That would be Reed Thompson. So I have a feeling. Where would he be? Over there? Downstairs somewhere. But when I was walking in, I was like looking at names, and Constable Reyes is standing outside the Saltuna cannery. What's up, Shard? But I have a feeling that they're all kind of gathered waiting for me to show up, so this may go very bad. But not gonna know until you show up and find out. La di da di da.
What are we supposed to do now?
Exercise patience and contemplate the scriptures.
Yeah, contemplate scriptures, or maybe they're not gonna do anything at all.
Oh, it's you. Reed told me I should be expecting you. He's inside.
I guess I'm looking for work.
All the time to start looking for work. Lucky for you, I am authorized to hire freelancers even during times of crisis. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders.
All right,
Cross them
I get
off
to
and
be a
bring
bounty
their
hunter.
fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Sweet. I don't have any questions for you. All right, now let's go talk to Angry Reed. Oh, sealed. Oh, that's interesting. Hello, Phyllis. Did you pay your stuff off?
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. I paid his burial fees, didn't I? Let the dead sleep.
Yeah, funny thing about Eugene.
You what? How? Please don't tell me you dug up his corpse.
I mean, I get experience points if I lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell her, because just in case she decides to go to the deserters, I'm gonna lie.
Merciful law. Why would they do a thing like that?
Because they're marauders and they're crazy. You don't want to know.
That bad, huh? Yeah, keep the details to yourself, maybe. I only get 1 meal a day, and I don't want to lose it. Look, this is gonna sound weird, but...
I'm accustomed to weird.
Eugene was a good worker who did his best for us. He deserved better, and his remains deserve better. I'm saying I'd like to buy his teeth. Only if it's not too much to ask. I'm not gonna sell him. I'm not gonna pawn him off. I'll just, I don't know, stick his teeth in an old Spacer's Choice can and leave him in his grave, where they belong.
Yeah, sure, I'll take the money.
Thanks. I won't forget this.
What'd I get for it? Hey, 500 bits. 500 bucks for teeth? Hey, why not? I can use those. Alright, I don't need to talk to you about Eugene anymore. Let's get out of here. I gotta go talk to your boss who's mad at me right now. Do we, yeah. They're not selling fish anymore. They're cutting up sprats and throwing the meat in the grinder. Hi, Reed.
You want to know what gets my bile churning?
Being
Edgewater
lied
has
to?
suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Because I'm a prick. That's why I did it. It's not personal. I need your power regulator. I don't owe you an explanation to teach you a lesson. It's probably going to turn on me if I say to teach a lesson.
That power regulator is company property. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Oh, I don't have enough intimidate ability. Damn it. But I think for the most part, this is what the outcome was going to. I was going to be in a fight with these guys one way or the other. So what's going to happen to Edgewater?
Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back.
Nope.
Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
Yeah, you were doing shady shit, so I don't feel bad for you. But I'll say, I'm sorry about all this, Reed.
Apologies won't give us our lives back. But for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
Ah, see? I got you. I wish I could intimidate him, but it ain't gonna happen. Alright, bye. So long. Yeah, you want to go. I'm gonna wait till you're not here. Not that it matters, because I'm gonna get attacked no matter what I do, so. La-da-dee-dee-dee-dee. I see guys with guns, poppity boop. But you know what? Funny thing about guns, I have guns too.
Not a peep from me.
Oh, will that explode? Ah! Scared the crap out of that guy. What am I using? Oh, I thought it was gonna blow up the thing behind that guard. But it didn't. Oh, I blew her head off. Yeah, I caught that too. It's like, funny thing about guns, and yeah, the first thing I grabbed was my sword. Come on, Parvati, let's go. See? It's a little hard to feel that bad for that guy, considering that, you know, he's been poisoning people by feeding them not fish, and instead feeding them essentially rodents. think there's anything else down here that I can steal. Let's just take the power regulator and get the hell out of here. Uh-oh. Something's up there.
Watch out!
I missed. And I fell off the stairs. Oh, hi. Whoa! I thought I blew myself up there. Holy crap. That was a weird, that was a very weird cutscene. Alright, so we should probably get out of here before we lose more reputation with Spacer's Choice. Not that I really care that much, but... Hi, Reed. I killed a bunch of your friends. I mean, it is what it is. Okay. Now, let's look at our journal. Stranger in a strange land. Die, robot. I gotta talk to Ludwig. I still got those people to kill. Gotta talk to Thomas again. I forgot about him. And I have to find Zoe. So I can't leave yet. So first thing is, let's go talk to Ludwig. I guess Albert's gone? Albert popped in, said hello, and evaporated. The Mantis Swarm. They're so tiny they can sit on the tip of your finger, but of course they show up in a swarm which could probably devour you. Alright, now let's go talk to Ludwig. What is with all of the... Oh, might be stuff in here. So, since Toby, this is the first time you're seeing me play it, and anyone else who happens to be seeing this for the first time, as you can tell, smash garbage, this game is very, very similar to Fallout in terms of the way that the game's pretty much, you know, it's built to play out, like all the, it's got the same type of tropes in it, you know, the way that you collect stuff and sell stuff and upgrade your weapons and all that jazz. Instead of special, you still have this similar, you know, build your attributes over time, and basically, like, it's the same gameplay schematic too. Like, the buttons are pretty much all the same. But very enjoyable game. I'm digging it. Hi, Ludwig. I forget why we had to talk to you.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
And Toby's saying, plus it's developed by Obsidian, so it's instantly better. LOL. Honestly, yeah. You know, I mean, we all saw Fallout 76 and what a disaster that was. And although I enjoyed Fallout 4, I do understand a lot of people's disappointment with it. You know, that there were things that people were hoping to see, but you didn't get to see. They seem to do a much better job with storytelling, that's for certain. You mentioned a logic module. I found one in the geothermal plant. Bada bing.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform.
Uh-huh.
So this is it, then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile.
That's right, money.
So here's a couple of bits for your trouble. And a little something to remember me by.
Oh. I got a shock stick. And 500 bits. Alright. Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah! Went up a level. Alright, let's, first, I want to take a peek at this shock stick that he gave me. Oh, that's Parvati I'm looking at. Alright, what she has is better, so. I was using the wrong button over and over again. 50 damage. 58 damage. So I'm sure I can unequip this. And instead, I'll put this in there. Yeah! There we go. And the light gun, which does 20 damage. I know I've got pistols that do more than that. Yeah, right there. The automag pistol. What else did I have? Okay, so I'm going to put up the automag. And since we can do that here, I'm going to break all these down. So this is another similar thing to Fallout. Like, you could do this in Fallout games as well. And, like, the sell value isn't all that great for these guns. So they're worth simply breaking down for weapon parts. Same thing with these, like an axe. I'm never going to use an axe. So I'm just going to get weapon parts out of it. Yeah, I know it was worth a little bit more, but it wasn't worth that much. That's worth 13. That's worth holding on to and selling. Saber. I'll break that down too. And then, like, the rest of the multiple weapons I've got, I'll just sell those. Yeah. Whoa, how come this one's... I don't know. Alright, let's get moving on here. Hold on real quick. Before I forget. So, again, if you're new, the way all this works is you get a point, like you get 10 points to allocate amongst your different skill like your skill categories. Once the individual things reach 50, then you can add to each individual, like say I boost these up and eventually the melee things, each one of these reaches a overall of 50. Once that happens, then you don't add to the melee or to the category anymore. You add your points directly to each skill, which that's like, instead of boosting all of them up by one, now those 10 points you're getting, you have to, you're spreading them out even more. So those 10 points don't boost up as much stuff anymore, which is a good way to slow your growth down as you increase levels later on in the game. So I will continue to raise that up a bit. Now my Intimidate is 30. Science is now 30. Is there anything else close that I can push up? Long guns. Alright, that's 30. I don't mind doing more with that. because of this crazy heavy armor that I'm carrying. Like, that's really knocked my sneak and my hack down. And then boost that up a little bit. Okay. Yep, I'm happy. Alright, so fistful of digits. Turn to Thomas, find Zoe. Okay, let's see some action. Let's go see some more action. Let's go after assholes. Go after marauders. So they're all in the same general direction. I know where they're probably all hiding. Since there is those abandoned buildings. There are those abandoned buildings. My grammar sucks. That's right, I was a grammar Nazi to myself just now. So, by the way, Toby, audio sound good? I haven't asked for, I forgot to ask for feedback earlier on how the microphone sounds. Like how it's coming through. Hopefully it's coming through clear and it's not like too quiet or anything like that. Everything sounds fine? Awesome. Thank you. Uh-oh. Alright, hold on. Let's back up a little bit. I'm going to save real quick. Because... Alright. The last time that I encountered these things, they beat the brakes off of me, so let's see if we can possibly mess them up.
Here we go. Nice hit. Nice one.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone all right?
Yeah, if by everybody you mean me. Alright. Good to know that I can handle those guys now. I ran into them early in the game and they just whooped my ass. I mean, as you can see, they're basically this planet's version of gigantic gorillas. Oh, a terror ray. And much like Fallout, if you hit something with an energy gun, they might disintegrate. Now the problem is, I don't know where the other one went that I blasted. Maybe that was it. Maybe there were only the 3. That's okay. Actually, I need to go this way anyhow. Birdie Cotton. Well, Bert, it's time to die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die just because I don't like your name. Ah, you're dead. And so's your doggy. Ah, you're dead too. There. And I don't feel bad for them because they're marauders. And marauders eat people. So, no need to feel bad for these jerks.
Here they come.
What? How the hell did I miss?
Down they go.
Yeah, you can take that thing out. I'll get the guy with the gun.
Everyone all right?
Is that everybody? I guess that's everybody. All right. Man, you hit that cannoned so hard he melted into the rock. That's a pretty good hit. And just like Fallout, when people disintegrate, all their gear just falls to the ground and you could somehow pick it out of the ashes. We don't need to know why that happens. We just let it happen. Alright, more cell tuna fillets. Alright. Thank you for the bit cartridges. Thank you for that. And might as well see what's in here.
Great work.
A bunch of necklaces. They're worth money. Not a ton of money, but they're worth money. Let's go. See what old Birdie had on him. A hunting rifle. Well, we got your finger. I'm amazed I didn't, like, break my legs falling down. You got nothing? There's nothing in that bin? Come on. Ah, Spacer's Chaw. So, the basic idea is that instead of governments, there's companies. And that's basically what Spacer's Choice is. So it's like, it's not so much a company, I mean like a sovereign nation that owns territories. It's companies that do. I like how that guy, as he's dying, he kind of sounds like, what the hell is the,
We can handle this.
your robot buddy from, Borderlands? Clapjaw.
That's the last of them.
Is that his name? Claptrap. Clapjaw, Jesus Christ. Claptrap. Alright. I don't know where the other body went. I'm pretty sure he disintegrated too. Okay, that's alright. We don't need all the loots, even though I want all the loots. All the loot is his. Oh wait, I don't need to talk to Constable Reyes yet. I gotta go do some killing first. That was a weird sideways fall to jump thing that I did. More primals, eh?
Okay, gone quiet.
I'm ready for this. Nice one.
Oh, I forgot they go underground.
That's the last of them.
Bruh, slowed me down. There we go. You got nothing? Man, those stun effects last quite a while. I don't know if those beaks are used for selling. There's the geothermal place I was at. So this is probably the furthest north that I've been. What is that? Have I been in there?
Here they come!
Where? Who?
You got 'em! Wow! Great work!
Wow. I didn't even know they were coming. I heard the gun going off. I didn't know that was her. I thought I was getting attacked by marauders. And we have to come check this place out as soon as we dispatch another marauder. As soon as we collect another finger. I see dead marauders. You're a good lookout. But look out!
Okay, here we go!
Man, it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Good one!
Oh, you got right in front of me.
That's the last of them!
Man. That was a bad place for them to get stuck. A headless thug. Alright, well, let's go collect our stuff. Thanks for the finger. Come on, you gotta have good stuff in here, right? I am currently over encumbered. Cannot run anymore. And your by the way, your inventory is assumed to be shared between your characters. So, unlike Fallout and Elder Scrolls and all that stuff, like you don't hand your companion individual items or weapons or anything like that to carry. Which honestly, I think is a better way to do it. Because rather than sit there and going through a whole rigmarole of, you know, like, well, you take this, I'll carry this, I'm going to hand you off a whole bunch of these, you know, carry 20 of the same rifle and blah, 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 blah. It's just, no, you just have inventory space that's shared between whoever, you know, whoever you have with you. So I wish I had a third companion, or a second companion, so that there are three of us carrying all this stuff, but it's not the case. What I could do, however, I could fast travel. So community center, abandoned outpost, but there's what? need to go to the geothermal plant. But the landing pad... See, the landing pad is worth it because there's a vendor there. So I can sell a bunch of stuff on a vending machine. And at least that way, I can lighten my load and make some money. Albert's asking, how you doing, man? Been a long time. I'm watching Dark Knight, so couldn't watch. All good, dude. Watch Dark Knight. It's all cool. Things are good. I now have a new headset with a new microphone and all that, so I can stream again. I wasn't streaming for a long time because the headphone I had was just... the audio was horrible. Like, my mic was cutting out all the time. The audio coming through my headset was all garbled and sucked. So between that and the insane work schedule that I was on, I just I had to take some time off. Now, where was the vending machine? Was it inside? Oh, no, it's over there. Yeah, it was bad. Alright, vendor. Buy my stuff. Thanks, Albert. Yeah, it's good to be back with better equipment. That was really, really aggravating. Alright, sell that. Sell that. Assault rifles. How many do I have? I've got a few, so sell that. Light assault rifle. Regular assault rifle. I don't know why I'd want a light assault rifle. I don't think I do. I mean, honestly, if this is all Spacer's Choice stuff, their equipment sucks. So it's not exactly a bad thing to sell or dismantle their gear because it's known to fall apart. Weird. Light machine guns. We got a couple of those, right? I know this is the most exciting stuff to watch, but stun baton. And the only reason I hold on to any duplicates at all is just in case I end up with another companion that actually uses the stuff, like, effectively. So I don't want to lose stuff that could come in handy. Okay, I don't think I have any duplicate stuff, correct? I think that's all unique. Toby's doing well, and no, he didn't have to take any summer classes. He, in fact, he's probably watching right now. No, he lucked out, so things are good. Things are good. Get rid of that armor, which I don't need. Okay, I don't need duplicates of that. Riot control armor kind of sucks. Definitely don't need those. One-handed melee. Yeah, we don't need that either. Yeah, I'll definitely let him know, Albert. Yeah, I mean, math is tough. It's you know, it's not something that comes natural to everybody, and you know, especially when you get into more complicated stuff. But again, it's mostly a matter of you know, actually doing the work. But the less said about that, the better. You barely passed when you took your math exam? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been through it. Been through it. I'm installing all this. Alright. So now we got some decent money. Don't really need anything that he's selling. $10 armor for helmet, though. See, I think that's what I have right there, is that, Albert saying, can't wait for The Last of Us 2 and the new Star Wars game. Oh, I completely agree. I'm pumped. See, the thing with these is that I'm likely to stumble across this stuff. So I don't think I need to spend money on any of that. Yeah, for the most part, I think I'm stumbling across all this. So I don't think I need to buy anything. It's Spacer's choice. Alright, now let's fast travel again up to, what is that? The Botanical Lab. Oh yeah, I gotta go there anyhow. So let's go here first. And then we'll go make that final bounty kill. The Philosophist. I love the artwork in this game. I love these posters. And that's a lot of, like, again, having that Fallout type of vibe where you have, like, these, even though it's, you know, this is a space opera, you know, it's all space and futuristic, but it still has that, like, old-timey feel. I love it. I love it. Albert says, I just drove down to the store buying 2 cakes. It's 10 a.m. but still Saturday, so what the hell? You mean 10 p.m.? Right? It's not morning yet, is it? You're not that far ahead. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. That's fine. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this not fun area back here. And let me tell you something about the landmines in this game. They are horrible. Because they can get you from a good distance, which, you know, is realistic, so they should. But they definitely, you cannot be nearby or they will mess you up. Alright. What are we looking at here? Okay. Oh, I didn't go down to that. Well, that's because I was over encumbered. I was going to go check out that little mini city looking thing. And then, not mini city, but that little bunch of buildings. Albert saying this game looks pretty cool. Nice graphics. Yeah, this game's awesome. In case you missed it, I don't know if you were watching when we were talking about it, but it's made by Obsidian, who made Fallout New Vegas. So the game is very similar to Fallout in how it's basically built and how the game plays. Yeah. And yeah, and unlike Fallout games, which are mostly drab and, you know, flat colors and stuff, like this is super vibrant. I mean, look at the color on the rocks and everything else. This is just awesome. And I'll never begrudge the Fallout games because I love them, but this game is just outstanding. Alright, so we got a bunch of marauders over there. Goodbye.
Here we go. Nice one.
Oh my god, I didn't realize I was hurting this bad. Oh shit. Ah, missed.
Woo, we made it.
Man, I got messed up there. Alright, let's collect the spoils. Ah, you got nothing on you. You suck. Albert saying, I never really got into Fallout. What are they about, like, in general? So, it's a alternative future, and the short...
Anybody who ever came out this far.
Well, you came out this far with me. So, long story short, there was a nuclear war between the United States and China, and the games take place in the future after people have come out of what were known as vaults, which were basically underground bunkers. Like they're these self-sustaining, colonies underground or stashed away in sides of mountains or wherever they happen to be built. And each story is each game is a story of someone who came out of one of these vaults. So like Fallout 4 is Vault 111 and oh shit. Yeah, see? That jacked me up. I wasn't even that super close to it. It still hurt me. And you get dazed, as you can tell. Oops, wrong button. But yeah, they're very cool. I enjoy the Fallout series. What you got? And again, each story is its own thing. But so, the most of the games are made by Bethesda. And this is made by Obsidian, who Bethesda came out with Fallout 3. And then after Fallout 3, there was Fallout New Vegas, which wasn't a direct sequel in terms of what Bethesda was putting out. However, Obsidian, the company that made this game, made Fallout New Vegas. And Fallout New Vegas is arguably the best game in the series, at least in terms of story. And a lot of people were hoping that, there was all the rumor going around that a new Fallout game was going to be made, even though Fallout 4 wasn't that long ago. And a lot of people thought that, let's go in here. A lot of people thought that maybe Bethesda is making a sequel to Fallout 4 the same way that they did with New Vegas after Fallout 3, but that wasn't the case. And the actual sequel that was being made was by Bethesda, and that was Fallout 76, which is an absolute dumpster fire. But instead, Obsidian was developing this. Yeah, Fallout 76 is a freaking mess. I mean, I know people that play it that enjoy it. And if anyone watching this, if you play Fallout 76 and you enjoy Fallout 76, hey, that's awesome. But I had to quit on it because super glitchy. Now, Bethesda All the Fallout games are known for having really goofy bugs, like really fucked up glitches. Zoe! Hold on.
Come out and play.
Don't deliver! Always wanted to say that.
Fallout, no! Zoe, get back here. Where did she go?
Ah, no encore?
Where the hell did she go? Zoe! God damn it. Back here. But yeah, Fallout 76 is just, for, like I said, as much as everybody knows that, like, Bethesda games can be glitchy, like, holy crap. They released the game super, super fast. Like, it was not ready to be released. It just simply wasn't. It was an absolute mess.
Easy.
Yeah, and just... I just couldn't play it. I could not... I couldn't handle how broken that game was. And it was a decent concept, but the thing with Fallout games is they've been traditionally a single-player game. They decided to make Fallout 76 a multiplayer game, a massively multiplayer game. And while that's cool in one respect, what also sucked is that they're like, oh, every human you encounter in the game is going to be another real, like, a live player. And like, okay, so that's kind of cool, except now you don't have any... Oh, hold on a second. You don't have any... Is my gun messed up? Yeah, my gun's in bad shape. Okay. But yeah, so anyway, like all your quests and stuff in the game were being given by robots or computer terminals or notes that you're finding, and like there's no way to get you emotionally connected to any of the missions, and nothing that was like urgent. It wasn't like you were trying to save lives. You were just like you literally, the story was you're the first people to emerge after the nuclear war, and you're the first first people to leave a vault to try to repopulate the Earth. Like you're trying to, like, you know, get the Earth back to being habitable by humans. But it was just boring. Like, to me, I felt there was like no real story. It was just boring. Like, what I thought they should have done was made it a game where it could be multiplayer, but it's a fully fleshed out game that you can basically play in co-op. Like, maybe have a limited number of players that can play at the same time. Maybe you can have up to 4 people play at the same time. Like, that would be cool, because then you can include human NPCs and everything. Like, that would make sense. But okay, we gotta find Zoe. I don't know where she went. Oh, she's over there. Oh, now she's just standing around. Alright, can I get past these mines without setting them off? Oh, hi, Zoe.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Yeah. Your people are looking for you?
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand,
are you gonna be a
were
companion?
sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
Okay, I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
Okay, before I get into that, I'll answer. Albert's asking, can you tell me what made the other ones good? Well, the other ones, like, what? How? It's hard to explain like what exactly. They're all, sandbox games, all open ended. If you see something in the distance, like you can make it to it. Like you can travel there. Um, very open ended. They're like all of them have a million quests, a million side quests. There's all kinds of companions that you can take with you. There's branching storylines all over the place, multiple endings. The gameplay itself is really good. Like for any like graphical things you might encounter that you're like, whoa, that was a weird looking glitch. Like you just kind of shrug it off because it's like whatever. Because in comparison, the stories, even though New Vegas was the best story, like the other stories were good. It's not like they were bad. Fallout 3 was great. Fallout 4 I thought was great. And you could just immerse yourself in it, and you get hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay. And it's again like you can not do any quests at all. You can be not working on any particular quests and just travel around and still have a million things to do, like completely occupy yourself. Fallout 4, now there's a contingency of people that bitch and moan about it, about the settlement system, settlement building. I personally love doing the settlements, and it was like you get sent out. You find like these different places where you encounter a couple of people, or it might be abandoned, but it's like you establish a new settlement, and you can literally build the walls, the furniture, the carpets, your like their defenses. You build the entire place, and it's freaking awesome. So it's like, oh, I built, this is my first aid station, and I'm gonna put cots in here, and you get settlers that will show up, and you can assign them jobs. Like if you have like I said, like a medical station, you can assign them to basically be a doctor, and like they'll become like not so much that they're just gonna be a regular doctor, but they become a merchant basically, and they'll sell you first aid stuff. Same thing with like a general store person or armor or whatever. Like there's just a lot that you could do. You could build all that stuff yourself, and like I literally can just tell my own story. Like if you look back at my earlier playthroughs on my channel, like I have my playthrough of Kincaid in Fallout 4. Unfortunately, the save file got corrupted, so I wasn't able to continue that story. But you could really role play with it. Tell your own story. I mean, it's super fun. I really enjoyed them. And now that they're cheap, you can go back and buy them for, very, very low prices and enjoy it. So, all right, let me talk to Zoe here instead of constantly staring at her face. Are you a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
I'm impressed. How'd you pull it off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
They're junkies. Of course, that had everything to do with it. How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys?
She's a sarcastic
Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love
goof.
me.
I like her.
I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
So why'd you leave camp? Boredom, right?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find but a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse? I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
Okay. Albert's asking, do I have to play them all in chronological order? Absolutely not. Sorry, I didn't have my mic right in my mouth. But no, absolutely you do not need to play any of them in any order at all. Like I said, each game, not only is it about like one particular person, like whoever your character is, and again, you create the character completely. Fallout 4 is the only one where your character has a voice, though. Some people had a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with it, but all the other ones, like, they're not voiced, so you can do more of a role play kind of thing. But every single one of them is a different vault in a different part of the country. Like Fallout 3 took place out in California, I believe, and then Fallout New Vegas was basically around Las Vegas. Fallout 4 was in the Boston and between Boston and Maine, like took place in that general area. And like previous games, yeah, like every single game takes place in a different territory, like a different place. And they're not all in the same year either. Like they're all sometime after, like eventually whenever you end up leaving the vault for whatever reason that you leave the vault. So like they're each one is its own self-encapsulated story. So if you saw Fallout 4, cheap, and you played that first, and that was the most recent, like, real Fallout game, that's fine. And then if you end up playing Fallout 2, which I believe is only available on PC, I think the first Fallout and the second one are only PC games, although they're very different. But I would suggest Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4. And how big is the world? Pretty freaking big. Fallout 4 is the biggest map that they've had so far. I mean, like each map got a little bit bigger. Red Dead Redemption 2 is gigantic, but I'd say Fallout 4 would be sort of comparable to that. Fallout 4, but that map is huge, and then if you get the DLC, if you get oh crap, well, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. There's a DLC, like the last of the DLC patches that came out, like major DLC. You basically get this whole new map, like this whole added on territory. So they're very, very big. So there's like a lot of territory that you can cover. Even Fallout 3, which isn't as big, is still it's still sizable. No, actually, Fallout 4's got two big areas because they have the entire. You got the regular map. You've got the area that's supposed to be like Maine. That's another giant map in itself. And then there's the giant Raider amusement park one, which is another sizable map. So there's a lot. Fallout 4 has a lot. There's a lot going on there. The other ones don't have quite as much, like I said, not quite as much map space, but still a lot. The other ones are smaller than Red Dead, I think, but they're still plenty big. Plenty big. There's something else, actually.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Halcyon. Okay. Well, I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Can we please add her to our group? I want her to go to the group. I want her to be with me. I would recommend getting it. I think it's worth it personally. Like I said, like with Fallout 4. Pardon me, I'm still kind of sick. I had a lot of fun, and again, like I said, I think there's so much to do. And yeah, it's got to be cheap. The game's been out for years now. Like, can't think of how many years old, like 4 or 5 years old at this point. So yeah, it's. I'm sure you can get a used copy for next to nothing. I guess I gotta tell her. I was hoping she would become a character I can add to my group. Fallout 4 graphics are solid. Like I said, you're gonna encounter weird, like, goofy graphical glitches, but that's just Bethesda. That's their coding. That's just the way that it just kind of happens. But they're good graphics. Like, they're similar to what you're seeing here. All right, I'm going to tell her to go back.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me.
Well, what about Stefan? You two were friends.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Okay. Take care. Yeah, those games are gonna be great. Zoe! Zoe! What are you doing? Smoking is gonna kill you. Unlike these marauders and stuff, you know. Alright, so I now have to return to Grace. I have to go over there anyway. Talk to Thomas. And then... Okay, so... Wait, what was this? Turn to Silas. Yeah, that for whatever reason, that mission wouldn't conclude. I don't get that. Albert's asking, did you ever smoke? Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then, you know, it was just a couple years ago, I watched my father die of lung cancer, so if ever there was a reason to also say, fuck cigarettes, I think that's a pretty solid reason to say it. But yeah, I think smoking is absolutely foul. Jonathan Bow, what's up, man? It's been a minute. So you guys didn't notice I just killed your friend? Blah. I'm enjoying disintegrating people from a distance. This is pretty fun. That's great. It's the old Albert and Jonathan Bow rivalry. More of you canids need to have tails for me to collect. There we go. Who? Who? What are you shooting at?
Got them all.
Ah. That guy was being tricksy. He was, hiding out. Huh. Family's good. All is... Nah, John's cool. Hey, I don't remember what that was all about.
Nice.
I do know that everybody was like taking things way more serious than they were supposed to, because it was a lot of joking back and forth, and then things were starting to be taken seriously, which was ridiculous. But yeah, like I said, I've never smoked, never did any of the drugs. And, you know, and I'm straight edge, so I don't partake in any of that stuff. I don't judge people who do. You know, unlike the stereotype of straight edge people, where people are like, "Oh, those straight edge guys are assholes," because if you do anything, they just treat you like shit, and they, you know, it's like, no, it's not how it is. Some of my closest friends drink and smoke weed and do all kinds of shit. That's them. As long as you're not hurting anybody with what you're doing. Like, I'll get on your ass if you're drinking and driving, and I'll get on your ass if I'm in a car and you're smoking a cigarette with the windows up. I'll be pretty pissed, you know. But beyond that, I don't care. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with sarcasm either. Sarcasm's fun. Hello, Grace. I'm back.
What is it?
What is it? Well, I found your friend. In fact, I don't even think it's just her friend. Is it her sister? Or just maybe it's just somebody who works there. I don't remember.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe.
Oh, I know.
What
Albert.
happened,
I got
anyway?
You. Something about wanting to be an outlaw. I'd rather not get into it. I'm not going to sell
You
her
pretty
out.
much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble.
Damn right. Give me money.
Let me know if I can do something for you.
Yeah, give me more money. 5,000. Man, that's a lot of experience points for that. How much money did you give me? Oh, you gave me a bolter pistol. Great. I don't need another one of them. Any money? Just a pistol. No, that's it. Goodbye. All right, I'm going to go talk to your friend Thomas. Hold on. I need to actually put that mission up. Thomas, where are you at? There he is. And I noticed that we're back here and we're not getting the horrifying sound glitches that I was getting the last time I was here.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Indeed.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
This one. The elusive part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible.
Yeah.
You really went exploring down there?
Uh-huh.
Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
Yeah.
That's a complete set. All 3 parts.
It's all good. He pops in and out.
I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
Hopefully
I'm glad
my
we can
coughing
help, Thomas.
isn't super loud in the microphone.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Really?
What's on your mind?
I don't know. I want to see if there's anything worth asking. Nah. Nothing. I don't need to talk to you. Use workbench. Okay, so this is the armor that I'm using. Okay, can't add that. This mod stuns and damages melee attackers. This effect has a cooldown. That's pretty cool. So yes, I'm gonna add that. Silver tongue kit, hunter kit. I got 2 of these, so let's install it. And backpack, yes please. Increases my carrying capacity. Now that's the kind of stuff that I need to add, or I need to purchase from vendors and whatnot. There's those the backpack add-ons, because those are super helpful. It sounds like a choking walrus. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I was sick. I was fairly sick a few days ago. Toby's been sick for, like, the entire week. But I was feeling like garbage, and then I was all right. Like I felt okay, and you know, I wasn't having any issues. And then all of a sudden today, I don't know. I just woke up, and it's like I got a cough again. I'm just hacking up, you know, just grossness. I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, it's like I just reverted to not feeling well, which sucks because I'm heading to a show tonight to see friends of mine from Philadelphia who I haven't seen in a long time. Real long time. It's been years. You know, it just kind of sucks. It's like, oh yeah, I get to go hang out with old buddies and I'll be coughing my guts up the whole time. All right, let's hand these in, but let's fast travel to do that. What is a green thing? What is that? Oh, it's a vending machine. Okay. Never mind. Alright, so let's fast travel to Edgewater. Albert saying, I'm not even excited for episode 9. It's awful. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I like The Last Jedi. I know a lot of people bitched and moaned and were hating on it, and that's their right. Like, if it didn't do it for you, that's cool. But I liked it. Oh. I don't know how loud that was. I was trying to hold my headphones and stuff as far away as I could. I feel like I got another sneeze waiting to happen, and it's just... Oh, here it comes. Now, the sneezing I've been doing since yesterday, and it's been absolutely freaking absurd. Robert saying, I did too, sorry to say, just so many choices I hated. See, for me, like, I've seen every Star Wars movie in the theater, except for Episode 3. Because by the time Episode 3 came out, I was so pissed. Now, the very first one, the original Star Wars... No, I'm sorry. The first Star Wars I did not see in the theater because I was still too young. But I saw the second. I saw Empire in a drive-in theater, and every other one I've seen in the theater. But I didn't bother with Episode 3 because I was so annoyed with the first two. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see the third one, so I waited till that came out on VHS, and I think my brother bought it or somebody bought it, and that's when I finally watched it. But I like, as much as people disliked Last Jedi, I still like it infinitely better than that prequel trilogy garbage. Like, I hated that. I hated those. Because it was just, like, here, we made we focus on making it a bunch of children's movies, basically, instead of, like, just like I hated when they took the original trilogy and decided to add a whole bunch of shit to it that you didn't need to add, like, just dumb. We're saying, I feel like hardcore Star Wars fans like me get mad when it's too predictable and even more mad when it's too surprising. I mean, there's truth to that. But, I think that it's like people have already built in their heads what they think the story is supposed to be or how things are supposed to go, and if it doesn't do exactly what they want, they can't handle it. Wrestling fans are very much the same way. Like, like they think this is what should be happening with this character or that character, and if they don't do it, then they get all pissed off. But it's like, maybe the story's better not going exactly what you expected, But like you said, yeah, if it's too predictable, then it's like there's nothing exciting about it, But Like I said, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought, everyone's like, oh, you can't kill Luke Skywalker. Like, well, why not? Every single Jedi Master passed away, and either before their protege could really step into their own, or like in Ben Kenobi's case, like he lost his protege, Anakin turned his back on him before he had really come into his own. So it's very circular storytelling. It's like a lot of things that happened in the past come back and happen again, which I'm cool with.
My whole life in that cannery.
Yeah, well, the cannery's dead.
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please.
You got your hands full? Here's some extra fingers. Ha 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 ha!
We pay by the finger. What do you have for me?
I've got fingers. Here.
Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice.
Uh-huh.
I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame.
Oh, he's dead now.
I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me?
Thank you for the bits. So I should be making 1,500 bits off of this. And the nice thing is, I lost a whole lot of reputation with Spacer's Choice, and now I'm getting it all back by handing in these fingers.
Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
Oh, yes, I got the finger. Let's do the paperwork. Albert saying, I don't even know what Star Wars is anymore. Since the first three, I don't think it feels like watching a Star Wars movie. Rogue One was great, though, and Solo I liked. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, the prequels were too childish for me. It's very much like Return of the Jedi. Like, I love Return of the Jedi, don't get me wrong. But there was a lot of, like, silly, childish elements thrown in there, like the Ewoks. And I don't hate them. Like, I don't hate the Ewoks or anything like that. But it was definitely, like, dumbed down for children, which I don't think was necessary. But the prequels were straight up. Oh, here's Jar Jar Binks, and here's, another character who's, talks like... And, like... What the fuck? Like, what am I watching here? So then when they came out with the sequels, with episodes 7 and 8, it once again, like, went back to a lot more practical effects, which I think is huge. A darker story. But again, it's circular storytelling, so things that happened in the past tend to happen again. That's just the way that the stories are written. And I'm cool with that. But, and here's the thing, and it goes along with what you mentioned with Rogue One and Solo. So, these movies are continuing the Skywalker story. Like, this is the overall Skywalker story. And you've been watching these, and you're invested, and by you I mean everybody that's a fan. You're invested in watching this story, and you already know the overall, like, that world, that movie world that's been built up. So you have expectations, and you don't want your expectations to be let down. You don't want them to be taken in directions that you don't think make sense. And that's why with, like, Rogue One is based on one line from the original Star Wars movie. Just one line where they mentioned that a lot of good people died for these plans. That's it. So they built a movie, wrote a story about how those plans got to the rebellion, and that's it. Like, that they built a story, and that's the thing. Like, so you have no preconceived ideas of who these people were, what the story was. Like, you don't have any preconceived notions of any of that. Han, the Solo movie, I thought was great too. I enjoyed the hell out of that. And again, like, you don't know anything about Han Solo, about his past, really. You know, very, like, minimal stuff. So here you have an entire world, like movie universe that Solo came from, but you don't have any preconceived notions because you've never been really given much detail about, you know. And same thing with the Obi-Wan. Like, you only know very limited stuff about his past, you know, and that's from the prequels. Those are the only times that he was already a Jedi at that point. You know, this isn't him training to become a Jedi, and that's why, like, of all the Star Wars stuff, what I am really excited for is the Mandalorian. That's going to be out on Disney Plus, because it's completely its own thing in the Star Wars universe, in that world, but you definitely have no preconceived ideas of any of those characters. Any you know nothing. So you get to be in that Star Wars universe with completely fresh stories, completely new characters, stuff that ties into the movies for sure. But you get to see the stuff that you like, the type of stuff that you like, and have it presented to you brand new, and it feels fresh. That's why I can't wait to watch those. So anyway, let's hand in Bertie Cotton's finger.
Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint to ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
Oh, I got a junior deputy constable's badge. Neat. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, when you break away from the Skywalker overall story, which there's nothing wrong with continuing that story. And once episode 9 comes out, if they say, oh, we're making 3 more, I'm cool with it. Keep that story going. As long as you're writing decent stories, keep it going. I'm cool with that. But having this wide open branches to have other movies tied in to the Star Wars, you know, universe, but they get to be their own thing, yeah, absolutely, just awesome. So what's this? Junior Deputy Constable.
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
Okay. Alright, so how did so many of your people end up marauders? I can take a guess.
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
That doesn't really answer my question.
Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Oh, we're saying, how do you feel about the Emperor returning? I love it. Totally cool with it. You never saw him dead. And in Return of the Jedi, you never saw him dead. And he's supposed to be like this ultimate Sith Lord, like super powerful, being. So you didn't see him die. You just knew he fell. That's it. So for him to return, I think is great. I think it's great. I just want the story to be solid. That's all that I'm concerned with. Just make the story solid. Make his return make sense. Make his, I want to find out that this is what I want to find out. I want to find out that he's been like the puppet master behind like even Snoke. And like he's kind of been manipulating things like in the background without people really being aware of it. I don't want him to just like, oh, he's back. Like I don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to just be, yeah, exactly. I was saying if it's rushed, I'll be so mad. Yeah, just don't rush it. Just as long as it's been well written. So, yeah, I heard one of your workers shot himself, Eugene, I think.
Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much adrenatime. That'll do a number on your brain matter. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime. What's on your mind?
Might be something else to ask her. I don't know.
as long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Oh, Reyes, you're annoying. Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
Nope. That's why I'm asking. It looks like there's a bounty on his head.
You're correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
Yeah, that's good. Bye. All right, Albert, take it easy, dude. Yeah, I'm not going to be on much longer anyway, so I'm probably going to do one more brief video, and then I'm going to be out of here. So I'm going to cough my guts up first. All right. So I believe that's all I need to do. Yes, I just need to talk to Silas. So hopefully I can actually talk to him and get somewhere with this mission finally coming to a close, because right now it's aggravating. All right. Oh, Silas. And I'm sure there's a lot in this particular world that we haven't even come close to exploring yet. Whoa, that's a ways down there. Hey, Silas. Please let this conclude. Okay.
You run into any trouble?
Well, it's all done. Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I went out of my way for
buy
you.
A drink sometime.
Nah. I was hoping for something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it.
Yeah!
Deserves another.
Give me money. Yeah, all right. Thank you, pal. Look, 450-bit cartridges. Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
Isn't that why you wanted me to collect his fees?
I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Yeah. Okay, that's it. And now, we can get the hell out of here. So I'm gonna head back to my ship. But before I get on the ship, that's where I will, that's where I'm gonna cut the, ooh, it's a bit of a drop. My ankles! No, my ankles are okay. I'm so glad to see Marauders, because I get to do this.
You got him.
I did get him.
We got this.
Weak!
Turn to dust. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm gonna get to the ship and then I'll save and then. Wait, where's the other Marauder? Was he a powder pile too? I can't remember where I shot him. Okay, not really a big deal. Oh, I need to collect everything. Even though I want to. Wait, there he is. Thank you. You've got nothing, you've got nothing. So yeah, before I go on the ship, because just in case there's cutscenes and everything else, I'm going to end the stream. And then I'll pick up where I left off. Since it's almost 5 and I got to get out of here around 6, that'd actually be good timing. This has been a long one. This has been over 90 minutes, so every single time I'm like, I'm just going to keep them to an hour, and then I go an hour and a half. But it is what it is. So anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying the game, because I am. This is terrific. Certainly worth purchasing. If you haven't and you're curious as to whether or not it's worth your money, I'd say 100% this is worth it. Obsidian so far, you know, from the game that I've experienced as of now, like it's kicking it. It's doing real well. I'm enjoying the story, the play, the gameplay, everything. You know, worst thing that we encountered so far is some weird audio stuff. And I can live with that, knowing that the rest of the game has been outstanding. So it's certainly worth, if you want to play a game like this, go out, get this game, support Obsidian, you know, because not only will they hopefully make either DLC content to add to this, but also a sequel, and also push out more games like this. You know, and by purchasing those games and by supporting the company, you know, it's like, okay, we sold this many units, so there's a demand, so let's finance a new game. You know, that's how it works. So anyway, that's it for right now. Like I said, I will be back on shortly.
Ship?
Ah, god damn it.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome.
All right, let's get through
Does she
this.
have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Bullshit. Those deserters left Edgewater behind, nothing keeping you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Hell yeah! I need companions, so of course. Man, you could just tell her to piss off, huh? I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Alright, so before we get to another cutscene, all I did was turn and got thrown into that. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Like I said, I will be back on shortly, and we'll do one more stream, and then I'll be out for the evening. I might go again when I get home, but I'm going to play that by ear. But for now, that's it. So, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification button, do all the YouTube hibbity-boopity-bop. And until the next one, which will be in a few minutes, as always, peace.